Hello, my beautiful, beautiful beings of light. So nice to be with you again here in my creative space. This is my paint room, guys, and I'm coming today because, we're going to talk about the 1111 gateway, and we know that's coming up here right away on the 11th, which I think that's Monday. And so I really have been guided to come in and to do this video today to give you guys a bit of a clear understanding of what these portals are and what we can do with them and how we can use them for our benefit, and also to give you the days following in preparation so that you do get that self-work in before that activation portal, before that gateway, and to make the most of it, really. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start talking about these portals and these gateways, and just to make it not so in-depth when we're talking about these types of concepts, they are energetic vortexes, they are alignments, they are opportunities, and that's what they're saying right now. That's the biggest word of the day. Opportunities is what these gateways are. Opportunities to align with and use the specific energies within each portal. And so when we're talking about specific portals and we're using the 1111, there is a specific resonance coming with the 1111, and then you play within the field of quantum. And we're looking here for numbers, mathematics, everything is frequency and resonance within these frequencies. And when it comes down to it and we break everything apart, we are all light, we are all frequency, we are all sound vibration. And so that is what we're working with, is a huge, massive portal that allows us to take these points, these vortexes, and again, playing into the whole of the systems is what they say. So when we're talking about the 1111, we branch off into what does this number mean, and we can start looking at angel numbers. I mean, there's way more things to do with these portals and numbers and mathematics and frequencies than just a simple one aspect. And so it becomes your soul's journey to open up to these portals and use them for your divine purpose and for your benefit, because every number will resonate within a different chord within each being at a different way. It will mean a different thing, and so it is handy to know the resonance of the numbers. It is handy to have our angel books of numbers and start pulling on the energies that are enveloped within each specific category, each specific frequency that is a number. But there's way more to it than that. So we take a basic looking into, and that's not basic at all because it's not even something I play with. The numbers are very complicated. But to know and connect with the fact that we each have a vibratorial match to each frequency that is our DNA blueprint, our template. And so this is what we're working with within our own ascensions, is to find the code. That is it. They say, find the code that is you. And then you interlay and intermingle and integrate the frequencies into your own frequency setting. And this opens up within your DNA and your code within your specific plate each and every level that brings you into balance and harmonics, creating your full and aligned light body ascension. And so in particular, when dealing with the 1111, I have two specific gates that I really resonate with. And so you'll see I had done a previous video on the Lion's Gate. I am a life path number 8. The 8s are very strong in me, and so I resonate to the Lion's Gate. I also have a resonance within this 1111 because it does also coincide with some twin flame energy opportunities as well. And I do have a twin flame journey, I just don't talk a lot about it. And so they want me in particular to bring in this. What we are doing today is we're working with our collective, which is the Journey Now Collective, and it is comprised of all of my many layers, all of my sister's many layers, and all of our guides, past lives, etc., because when you chalk everything up to the totality that is you, you will find out that all your guides, all of your teachers are interwoven into your own life system. And so in a sense, they are you. And so we all resonate to different collectives, different teachers, different ascended masters, different archangels, and different energy frequencies. So the 1111 is a strong one when it comes to new beginnings. It is a strong one when we are talking about our heart space. And of course, it has huge resonance to the twin flame journey and connection. And this isn't per se a video about the twin flame. We can get into that more. This is about using that 1111 gateway and frequency to get the most for you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use some crystals. Crystals are very, very, very important to me, and I assume many people and you guys, because you resonate with me, are going to have strong resonance within the crystalline. And of course we all do, because we are trying to become our light bodies and our crystalline system. That is our whole goal. As a collective, as the planet Earth, as a species, and as a universal collective of extraterrestrial energies, we are all working for the one. This is the law of one. And so when we're going into the 1111 portal, this is one of your highest opportune moments to clarify, they say it's like applying a filtration system with intention. So this is what the 1111 gateway is really about, is taking your specific intentions for your ascended 5D timeline. And that is the important part. And so as we're stepping into 2020, I can assure you that the Lionsgate portal within this conversion into, it's like a new category. And so when we view last year's 1111 to this year's, you can actually go down the timelines and you can bring all of the portals together to make a giant, it's like a catalyst is what they're showing me, lump energetic portal that allows you to expand and embrace and design and intend your 5D living space. And that is what we mean when we say that we are now creating the new world, the new earth, and we all have our own parts in creating our own timeline ascension that puts us into the new earth. And so the best ways that we can do that is to utilize these gateways. We have our beautiful rose quartz that is necessary today because we are going to be working strongly within the heart chakra. We want to attune and we want to align our entire systems. This is going both vertical, horizontal, multi-planes, every direction, and this is what the diamond light is. This is how we find our connection to our sacred heart. And then for that extra bit of, it's really like connecting to the unconscious and the subconscious as well, and we're creating a monadic energetic system so that we can travel into this opportune gateway and we can actually align with it and create and hold on to and stay within our divine paths. So this here, you guys, this is a spirit quartz. I think they're sometimes known as cactus crystals, and then they come in different colors. They come in, they can come in the rose quartz. This one here, I believe, because I am not highly studied on the crystals, I actually don't study much of anything. I just go inside and I follow my team and my guidance, and so they tell me what I need to work with, and then they give me some information, and then if I want, I can take that and start to look into applied study of it. So this is cactus crystal, spirit quartz, and I believe this one is citrine. And the citrine is really good for connecting to our unconscious, our subconscious consciousnesses and combining them, because we have many of them. And the whole point is we are trying to become a monadic system that allows past, present, future to all become interwoven into one true divine self of expression. So we've got our spirit quartz, we've got our rose quartz, and we're ready to go. When we are looking into our transmission and activation for today, we do not have the visual, we have our crystal, and then we will have our alchemy, our energetic alchemy, which is basically the same thing in a way as the light language, in that every type of healing modality coming out of the body is code, it's light code, and there are many forms of light coded healing. And so we have the people who speak the light language, sing the light language, we have the drawings, we have the what I do, which right now, because there's always more, don't ever confine yourself. So for now, what I do for activations is I take energy alchemy, and I can combine specific chemical and alchemical creations to promote and bring down coding within the DNA structure and within the lineage, the bloodlines, etc., for ultimate healing that pushes us into the ascension that is our 5D evolution. So looking at this 1111 gateway, this becomes your opportunity to intentionally tune in with that frequency by saying so and intending so, and it's how you want to reach out and connect to it. And then from that place, we will be asking to receive a filtrated system of viewing. And that's what I have been going through up to this 1111, is a really, it's like when you're getting your grades of sandpaper and you've got the bigger holes, the smaller holes, it's going down to that really fine grit of a filtration system. And that is what I would say would be the most relevant to this 1111 portal for me, and I would think for most people right now, that we are becoming capable of filtrating our own involvement within the design and within the foundations of our timelines on 5D Gaia. So we're going to intend our connection. We're going to bring in that filtration system for viewing. And what this viewing allows is for us to become viewers, if we can intend intentionally to that, of what is our shadow work looking like. What have we done? Where have we come from? Where are we going? And it brings up all these many things that we can look at. And the thing about these portals is if you are unaware of how to work with them, what's happening within them, and the great opportunities that they can actually look like a falling in the preparation states, because what's happening is almost like a movie screen from within that will start to flicker, and it's uniting your 3 levels of consciousness: the unconscious, the subconscious, and the conscious. And we are creating that mind space of consciousness. But what we are trying to do is separate now from that 3D brain connection, and we are connecting the conscious levels directly to our sacred heart space. And this can be viewed as an energetic level of the Holy Trinity. So we have our eyes and then our third eye, and this can be seen as a gateway on its own of the Trinity when we are trying to create a Trinity or a unity to the heart space. So then we will use, and you don't have to use the same crystals as me if you want to continue your work after this video. But for this video's activations and coding, we will be working with these two specific crystals. We're going to call in now the rose quartz, and we're going to breathe it into our heart space, and we're trying to connect ourselves within full alignment that we can view our past lives, present lives, future lives. And even if you are not in a space where you are able to ascertain this is past, present, future, again, they say that is irrelevant. There is no past, present, and future, which is part of the exercise. So we're just viewing. And so things will come up. Little things of work you thought you were done with, things that are showing you what you've been working on, past life lessons, all these things will be flying up in your face, and they can come up as images, numbers. You can hear things, emotions. You can just be all of a sudden overwhelmed with the urge to cry, the urge to this. And so when we get the emotional inputs, it is there specifically to go into, and that is the difference between every day should be like that, but that is the difference specifically between the Lionsgate energy. Is there is going to be a mass amount of the energetic body that is stirring up the energies for release of emotion. And these are the emotions that are 3D. And so when one comes up, the thing that they are wanting us to play with is to find out what, not to worry about what the feeling is. It doesn't matter if it's happiness, joy, sadness, fear, or horror, anger. It doesn't matter. We're not trying to say that one feeling means something. We are simply allowing the predominant feelings to rise so that we can say why. And that will allow us, it's like connecting it's like an astral capability. And so you should be able to at some points, and again, these things happen if you are unaware as well because of the levels of consciousness. So even if you don't feel like you are having these activations present because you don't have a conscious understanding or recognition of this being a specific thing, the point is the emotion involved. Go into that emotion, release that specific thing because it's trying to release right now within the portal, because this is a specific point of trigger and it is calling to you because it isn't necessary to carry this into that timeline that we are intentionally creating for the 5D plane. It's saying, wait a minute, this little piece here will allow you, upon recognition, to move further into what your heart space has already designed for you. And that's the thing. We already have these beautiful hearts who have planned, these beautiful souls who have designed this experience of ascension for us. And so once we start getting into it and we actually go in and we connect our conscious layers to the Sacred Heart, and then we can bring out these levels of crystalline coding, because there are multifaceted layers to the crystalline grid system. This is going to allow us to step in and view what the heart space is holding, has designed from your soul already, and you are simply trying to connect to. And so that is why they also say it is always within us. This, if you consider this your heart, is holding it all. Like your mini Akashic records. It holds it all, and you simply go in. And so the majority of the work within this portal right now is going to involve a ton of heart work and connecting to the Sacred Heart space, and that will give you your blueprint for working. So now we have opened up and intended into our heart space. We can connect the levels of consciousness. Now we know that we can remove things easier through this gateway. And so really take the opportunity as much as you can every day during this portal to say, what do I need to do to receive the optimum benefits that are laid out within my sacred heart for me to receive from this gateway? So please, you guys, remember with these gateways, everything is individual, everything is unique to you, and we are all playing into this portal to bring a higher alignment to 5D living experience. We're going to begin the activation. We're going to breathe this beautiful crystal into the heart space now, filling it with light. And the activation coming today is coming from Archangel Michael. He actually has, he says, I'm so happy to be here. I guess this is his first time on our video channel, and he's very happy to be here because he is working within the ascension, of course, as an archangel of high healing capabilities, and he does carry the blue ray with him, which is a very strong healing light and energy. So he is actually the one that's coming in today to do this heart space activation and this unity consciousness activation. And so we're going to take the activation and we are going to allow it to work. This is what he's saying. We're going to allow it to work within our system, within our energetic vortexes, which is your chakra spaces. And we're also going to expand into the auric field, the etheric, the light bodies, because we're combining all of the bodies, and we have the physical body, we have the mental body, we have the emotional body, and then we have the spirit body. And there are so many more layers, you guys, that I couldn't even begin to tell you that I know them all. There's so many. It's like a diamond reflecting all the layers of light. So let's begin, and within this activation, we're going to be enhanced upon within this specific 1111 gateway, that we might open our hearts and receive our true paths, receive expansion within our DNA, receive encoding and removals where necessary. And we're just going to allow the crystals, and we're going to allow Michael to go into our DNA structures, into our genetics, into our bloodlines, lineages, and histories, to cleanse and clear, enhance, and bring in the optimum potential that is you. So throughout the next days, this will still be active in your system for as long as you require it. And we're just simply allowing the consciousness of each atom, molecule, cell within the makeup that is the biology, that is the energy, and that is the frequency of each one viewing this activation, to take in the light until it has had what it is requesting. Because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have specific cells requesting this code at this time. And so you can listen to this as many times as you'd like. You can watch it, you can play it in a room, you can walk out. That frequency is activated within you for the duration of its work. And that doesn't mean you may not have to do it again, but for the entire workings of this download at this interjection and at this integration point, just to know that even while you sleep, this activation is processing. And to never have fear, Michael says, because he holds you all within his own heart space. And that is all that we need to know, he says, when it comes to dealing with love and unity, is that we are always held with the angels and with the divine plan. So let's begin. I'm going to give you guys a flash just so that we can know these are the energetic crystalline inputs for this activation, but I'm going to put them down because I'm going to be using my hands, but these will be filling the space that is your space, that is my space, that is Michael's space, that is all spaces required for this activation. So here we go, guys. Here it comes, and then we just relax. You don't even have to watch because it comes through as a frequency, and we don't see with our eyes anyways, you guys. I mean, we do, but not truly, because every particle of energy is translated, breathed in, and experienced by every cell within us. And so you do not need to even watch me. You can play this, close your eyes, and go to dreamland. And now connecting to our beautiful spirit quartz, this is where it would like to play with you, and it will show you some neat things. So let's just allow this to permeate our essence. And there's a lot here within the Sacred Heart space. We're trying to connect that field of alignment, and we're opening our own cellular response to these activations. They're saying now, kind of like when we're talking about skincare and then you open the pores with a warm washcloth. We're opening the cells right now. Always get into the breath. It is not a planned thing. Your body will breathe as it needs. When it needs, it knows what it's doing, you guys. Especially when we start dealing with these types of healing activations, it is going to be reciprocated with a knowing that is ultimate. Working on the throat chakra. The throat chakra is very important when we're dealing with 5D Gaia, because we must all learn to resonate with our truth. We must speak it. We must become it, because we have always been it. So now they're telling me, Michael and the crystals, that you may be receiving massive downloads while you sleep within your subconscious and unconscious layers, because when we sleep and we go into the astral realms, we can receive unconditional healing from these codes. And so it is more typical for someone who finds themselves stuck in a 3D conscious mind setting to do the majority of their work within their sleeping patterns for the time being. And so you might find yourself after these activations with trouble sleeping, irregular sleep patterns, nightmares, just really weird dreams, high emotionalities within your dreamscapes, and as well high emotionalities within your day-to-day life. And they would like you to recognize these before they become overblown and cancel out the Lion's Gateway energy of optimal expansion within your genetics, within your 12 and 14 strand DNA, because that is where we are returning And just keep breathing throughout the practice. And you can watch different portals from different, this is, I guess, more on what we had previously talked about, because really the goal here is to become conscious of timeline travel. This is going to become highly relevant as we step into the golden age, the era of the new world, is that we are all capable of these things, and that means we are capable of travel into our past, present, and future timelines for design. So we can even design the past, because it is now, it is now, it is now, they say. Thank you. Okay, you guys. That is all for now. Love and light. Blessings to you all. We'll see you next time. Journey on, my loves. Bye.